My name is Robert Parker McFarland, Sr. I am the author of numerous books on family history and history of Mississippi. My first book was a history of my father's family. It's entitled Joe's McFarlands, and it is composed of 8 chapters, the first of which is about the McFarlands in Scotland. And then in 1772, Reverend McFarland came to North Carolina, and the second chapter is about the McFarland family in North Carolina. The third chapter is specifically about Reverend John McFarland and his family, and then the fourth chapter is about Reverend John McFarland's first son. I call him John McFarland Jr. I find very few references to John McFarland Jr., but chapter 4 is about John McFarland. What's interesting about him is he's the first McFarland that would migrate to Mississippi. He came over in somewhere around 1815 in a wagon train, and that chapter tells all about it. And he settled in Boyce, Wayne County, Mississippi, along with other family members. And in 1821, he was elected the first ruling elder at the Philadelphia Presbyterian Church. By the way, that church is still standing today and active. And the next chapter, chapter 5, is about his son, John Brown McFarland, who eventually comes to Jasper County, Mississippi, where I'm from. And he serves in the Civil War. Unfortunately, he was at Vicksburg at a very terrible time when Ulysses Grant surrounded them, and they gave up, surrendered on July the 4th, what a day to surrender, of 1863. And he came back home, and he never bared arms against the United States again. And I have a document in there that he signed saying exactly that. The next chapter, chapter 6, is about his son, my great-grandfather, William Jackson McFarland. What a man he was. He was a sheriff of Jasper County for many, many years. He moved from Paulding to Bay Springs when the second county seat of Jasper County opened up in 1905. And then the chapter 7 is about my grandfather, John Alexander McFarland, who was the first McFarland to become a lawyer. Notice I didn't say attend law school, because he didn't go to law school. He quote unquote read law, and he was sworn into the Mississippi bar in 1905. The next chapter, and actually the next 3 chapters, is about my father, and you can see right behind me here is a portrait of my father, who died in 1970. And the next 3 chapters about him. The first one, chapter 8, is about his early life, and goes up to the end of World War II. And then chapter 9, I dedicated completely to his professional life. He was partners with his brother, who I'm named after, Robert Harrison McFarland. And it tells all about many of the early cases they had. Very interesting. And then finally, the last chapter is about Joe McFarland's personal life, which I knew a lot about because I was involved in it. But anyway, that's a thumbnail sketch of this book, Joe's McFarlands. If you're interested in purchasing it, you can contact me, send me a check for $20, and my email address is bob@mcfarlandproperty.com, and I will autograph a book and put it in the mail to you. If you'd like to have a digital copy, it's on Amazon.com. Also, you can get a soft copy from Amazon.com. But that's the book, Joe's McFarlands, and it's an extensive history of the McFarland clan from 840 until my daddy's death in 1970. Hope you will enjoy the book.